Welcome to Ellie Goldson's Relationship Flow. We're walking the streets at night in Holy Jerusalem on our way to a friend. He actually goes back over 20 years ago. This guy was in my wife's class. So the continuation of school days continues in Jerusalem over 20 years because it is our 40th birthday week. Isn't that exciting? So it's my wife, Zayanada. She already turned 14 of her English calendar birthday, but for the Hebrew birthday, that's tomorrow night, and it happens to be the next day is also my English birthday, but I'm also turning 40, so we're gonna have a little celebration, please God, and enjoy the fact that we've made it more than half our life together, married and together. It's amazing, and we're hoping that this is only a third way through, because even though we don't hear about Moshe in this week's parsha, after Tetzaveh, and he was willing to give everything up for the sake of the larger cause, so he's not mentioned in this week, as he said, Macheni v'sifracha, delete me from your Torah. That was the level Moshe was on. So my wife's actually Hebrew name is Masha, and she was born Zayanada, which is the birthday and the yahrzeit of Moshe Rabbeinu. So this whole podcast flow today is dedicated to someone who really lives up to her name, Masha, Moshe, where she truly is selfless and giving for higher causes. And at the same time, it's important for our generation to be real and vulnerable, to face your demons, and that was a big part of the essence of Moshe. He didn't just turn up born that way. He was like, as holy as he was, he had to go through a journey and to find his soulmate and the whole thing until he was ready to come and take the Jewish people out, and we were ready for him. And not saying that my wife's Moshe Rabbeinu, but the point is that, I make a joke that she's Masha Rebbetzin, but she definitely is able to give good Musa like Moshe. And Musa, correction, and every woman is there to not be our trophy wife, but to actually help us win trophies, as Gedalia Fencer says wisely. So, to understand that the soulmate is Eza Kenegdo, is someone who helps us and grow, and sometimes being opposite to what we initially want, until we understand that we're actually needing to seek a high level path. And this is part of our true development as a soulmate, to become one, to go beyond ourselves. And that was the whole mission of Moshe. So my wife's born on the same day, and we wish her a long life and all the blessings. And I myself share the birthday with my famous uncle as well. I spoke about on the Unity Inspired podcast, Ellie's Flow, the Inspired Flow. And walking down these streets, it makes me realize that we're very close, also another week from there, to Purim. So that's my birthday, my Hebrew birthday. It's all very connected in time. Our souls are very connected, and the connection between Moshe and Purim is that Moshe was preparing the people for this time in history where things are most covered up. Hasas Taponai. There's never been such a covering like our generation, where there's a coronavirus and there's all the crazy politics. There's an election tomorrow, and there's so much craziness and distraction from our focus and our relationship between us and Hashem, between us and our soulmate, that we have this mission to overcome specifically this time, and to see the Mordechai and Esther, to see the connection, to see the relationship, even if, God forbid, our wife is taken away, like happened to Mordechai, and they still were able to do their mission together, even not in close proximity, to the point where it was unbelievable that they were able to function as a married couple some way or form, without going into all the details. But that's the power of relationship flow, that no matter what, you keep that connection, even in a generation where there seems to be so much dividing couples, so much distraction, so much to pull away. a man's focus, a man's eyes to be solely on his wife, but to fight that initial drive and to be focused only on the one that you were chosen to be with for eternity. And that's what we're doing over here. So I pray for everybody that they should, in this generation, this special time, should give us the inspiration and the joy, because with happiness we can overcome all maladies, we can overcome all pain. And my wife and I, we decided last week to go to Tel Aviv beach, and it was amazing how we were able to do it, like literally within like an hour of leaving our house in Yerushalayim, where we're literally 5-10 minutes by car from the old city in the Holy Kosel, the Western Wall. We were able to make that trip within a short time, and it was amazing to be able to be there with the sun setting and just take that time out from everything. And it wasn't even done in like this like whole like, you know, cheshbon, like chokhmah, like whole strategized formula. We just knew deep down that we had to do that, and we just left our home and our work and everything and just went. And we didn't even really know, but the train's so quick, it took us so close to Hagana, and within about half an hour walking through some beautiful streets of Neve Tzedek and other places, we were there. We were by the beach and the sunset, and it was just so beautiful. So we really have to appreciate the journey we're on and the ability to be able to just go where we need to go together as soulmates. Today we finished a really hard meeting, and we didn't even have to communicate. We were like already sitting in Kesefet having a coffee. It wasn't even like, you know, like a discussion. We just knew that's what we needed to do, and that is a very special point where you start to sort of be on the same wavelength and just go on the same journey. So even where you have those moments of seemingly opposition, you also have those moments of intense harmony. And that really is the goal of, say, a festival like Purim, to reach that oneness where you don't need to really speak it out anymore, the relationships. It's Adal Yoda, you're like sort of on that level of deep connection. So I don't know if I'm going to have time next week with all the busyness of the festival to make a relationship flow. So this will be my little relationship flow for the birthdays and for the Purim and for all the special moments, and to remember that we have the merit of the righteous people to help us achieve what we need to do in this world, and not to get down in any way or form. So I'm giving you all a blessing that you should be blessed with that relationship that's so deep and so powerful and profound that you never feel like you're not communicating, you're not together. And I can't wait to see you all in your relationship flow. Right, messaging me, I'll put the information below, hear what's going on. You can always discuss things. Sometimes it gets really hard, but there's those moments of clarity and oneness that make sense of all. So we should be blessed to experience that on a daily level, and to appreciate what we have and say thank you.